Hi everyone, welcome to the Courier and Daily Comments Prep Preview Show Week 9. I'm Chris Singleton, joined by Teddy Renois. And Teddy, it's a big week. The season's winding down, it's Week 9 already, and some key district matchups as teams are trying to prepare for a playoff spot. And of course, everybody's talking about that big showdown in Galliano this week between Thibodaux and Saint Lafourche.
Yeah, Chris, you're right about it being Week 9 in the season. This is where your district title races take a little more shape. You kind of know who's got a chance at it, who doesn't, and your playoff. Everybody's looking at the top 32 in the power ratings to see who's in, who needs to get in. And you're right, it's the big game this week in Galliano between Saint Lafourche and Thibodaux. The questions that's been on the mind of everybody the last couple of weeks: is Trovon Reed going to come back? What's his situation? Talking to Coach Lorio this week, he said he's 50-50 on that, and it will be a game-time decision. So still keeping, his card, not showing his hand yet, being a good poker player, but you asking me, I think Trovon's playing this week. I think he comes out, and I think he gives it a go. I tell you what, even if Trovon does or doesn't come back, it's going to be a big-time test for Thibodaux against Saint Lafourche. The Tarpons have just come out of nowhere this year, can clinch at least a share of the district title. And Saint Lafourche hasn't done it with tricks. They haven't done it with smoke and mirrors. They just played physical football this year. They beat you up front. They got a powerful running game, but it's been the Tarpons' defense, Chris, that has really just hammered people. And they're going to be tested, though. Thibodaux's got a very good offensive line. Joshua Johnson, Ryan Johnson, Terry Osama. They've got guys that can really run the football. They've been pounding people. They've outscored their last two opponents 57-0 in district. Defensively, they've been very stout, very good. I'm expecting a low-scoring slugfest, whether Trovon plays or not. I think Saint Lafourche is going to bring it, and I think Thibodaux is going to bring it, and I think the people that are going to be there, I included, are going to be in a good, have a good seat and see a great game. But that's not our only big game, and 8-4A is that district championship is going to be settled this Friday night, and you got a big one.
Oh yeah, and I talked to both Lutcher coach Tim Detillier and Vanderbilt coach Laura Dupont earlier this week, and they both said the same thing. This is a huge game. This is where the district championship is going to be settled. But oh boy, does Vanderbilt have a tough challenge, because this Lutcher team is serious. Many people consider this Lutcher team to be the best in the state of Louisiana. This Lutcher team is filled with talent, speed, and quickness all over the field. A lot of these players who play for Lutcher will be playing college football on Saturdays in the future. So Vanderbilt has a very, very tough challenge on his hands. If there's one team that can possibly pull off upset, it will be this Vanderbilt team, because Vanderbilt has, went on a roll the last 3 weeks. They outscored their last 3 district opponents 116-39. They're getting good production out their offensive backfield with quarterback TJ Cantrell, running back Hunter Perry, and fullback Patrick St. Martin. And their defense is flying to the ball carriers, and they're making tackles, and they're forcing turnovers, and they're giving their offense good field position. Vanderbilt's going to play hard. That's just what Vanderbilt is. I talked to Coach Dupont earlier this week. He said they want to keep it close for 3 quarters and have a chance to win it in the 4th quarter. Coach Dupont's going to have his guys ready.
But Chris, that's not the only big games we got. I mean, 8-5A is really, going to, like I said, take shape, and you got the playoff push here with 2 games left. Looking at the other big district 8-5A game, you got HL Bourgeois at South Terrebonne going to the Swamp. Again, the Gators have district title hopes. Still, aspirations. They went out and Saint Lafourche slips up a game. They can, take a co-championship, or if Saint Lafourche slips up these 2 weeks, the Gators can wind up as a district champion outright with 2 wins. So this is a very big game. Also, you got Central Lafourche going into polling with a play Assumption. Central's number 20 right now in the power ratings. So, this is an opportunity for them to secure their spot. It's going to be a big game. And then an interesting out-of-district game between Terrebonne and New Iberia. Terrebonne, a win here by the Tigers, that gives them 16 points, going into next week with their power rating. And they're tied right now currently with South Terrebonne, number 28 in Pelican Prep's, top 32. So that would really, really secure their playoff spot. So, a lot of things on the line this Friday, and you got a few games that are going to determine some things too.
Oh yeah, especially in District 8-3A between Plaquemine and St. James. Both of these 2 teams are 2-1 in district play. There's currently a logjam with 4 teams with 1 loss in that district. So the winner of this game will capture a District 3A title. Another big game is a 6-3A game between Franklin and Edie White. The Cardinals can clinch a share of the district title by beating Franklin. They can also clinch a playoff berth. Edie White has been on a hot streak as of late. They've won their last 3 games by a combined score of 112 to 27. And the final game is Ellender at Helen Cox. The Patriots trying to win their first game of the year. It's been a very tough year for the Patriots, but this is a game that the Patriots feel that they can win because Helen Cox only has 1 win also this year. This is their chance, and they feel like they can make some noise.
It would be great if Ellender could get a win this season. I know those kids work as hard as anybody. But Chris, it sounds like we got a loaded weekend again with some great games Friday and one on Saturday. We're gonna have a couple of slugfests. We're gonna have a couple of nail biters, and if you get a chance, you need to get out because the season's getting shorter and shorter by the day.
Like you said a couple weeks ago, it's the push. It's time for the push. These teams are hungry. They want to make the playoffs, and we look forward to seeing how they do it. Thanks for watching. Once again, I'm Chris Singleton. Teddy Renoas. Join us again next week on the Homer Carrier Thibodaux Daily Comics Sports Show.